Fellas, are you struggling to keep those New Year resolutions? Eating healthy is tough. Going to the gym takes discipline. Hell, some of you have a New Year resolution that involves less gaming. Good luck with that. However, to be perfectly honest, one New Year resolution that all of us should make is protecting our privacy. And there's truly no better way to protect your privacy online than with Delete Me. Let me be frank, everyone already has your data. To be honest with you, I don't think anywhere is safe. Anytime you sign up for something or make a new account, your information is being immediately sold to a data broker. Hell, your phone knows exactly what you say before you say it. And everything from identity theft to scammers to stalkers. Unfortunately, your full name, your address, your emails, and more are being tossed around the internet, leaving you vulnerable to financial scams, doxing, or worse, deletions of your gaming accounts. Take my money, but don't delete my vault, which is exactly why I use Delete Me. Delete Me will contact these elusive data brokers directly, ensuring that my data is being deleted as required by law. Within 7 days, I get a privacy report directly from Delete Me that details exactly who had my information and the status of the removal process. And it's honestly crazy how much personal data was out there of my own, but thankfully, it's no longer up for sale. If you want to try this out for yourself, guys, you can sign up today and get 20% off Delete Me consumer plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/Aztecross. You can use code Aztecross at checkout, or you can even use the QR code on your screen right here in front of you. That's joindeleteme.com/Aztecross and simply use code Aztecross at checkout. Last bit of news I want to cover. The Division 3 creative director suddenly left to join Battlefield Studios. Senior producer for the Division series, Julian Garridy, has announced his departure from Ubisoft, heading over to Battlefield Studios. In a statement posted to social media, the official Massive Entertainment account posted its fond farewells to Garridy. It reads, "Today we want to share that Julian Garridy, executive producer on the Tom Clancy The Division franchise, is heading off onto a new adventure at Battlefield Studios. While we will miss him, his mark will live on at Massive and will continue to bring the world he's been part of creating to our players for years to come. Julian, your legacy is part of this studio, and remember, once an agent, always an agent." Isn't this like the main guy? Isn't this like the guy? This post ends with a short paragraph reassuring fans of the Division that the series will be left in good hands now that Garridy is leaving. Concluding, our teams who built this world with Julian are still here, carrying it forward with ambitious, unchanged commitment for the future with the Division 2, the Division 2 survivors, the Division resurgence, and the Division 3. Garridy himself posted a personal update stating, "It's time for me to hang up my go back, keeping the watch as I go on another grand adventure. The Division future burns bright, and I can't wait for you to discover what the teams have been working on. Long live the Division." This comes only a few months after Massive Entertainment had to curb rumors that Garridy was leaving the company, and just 1 week after he took part in an interview during the New Game Plus showcase. During this interview, he described the Division 3 as a monster and shared his belief it would have as big of an impact as the Division 1. Despite this peculiar timing, it does appear as if both Massive Entertainment and Julian are leaving on good terms, which is nice. We should all be so lucky. The Division 3, the project he is leaving behind, still hasn't got a release date or remains a bit of a mystery over at Ubisoft and Massive. One wonders if we'll be seeing it soon. So it is the main guy. No shit. So y'all remember us watching this? We watched it like last week or something. One of the centerpieces, man, for the Division there. So it sucks that they're losing him. I wonder what he's working on at Battlefield of all things. So yeah, that's this guy. We sat there and watched him last week.
States, Washington D.C., completely ravaged by a pandemic and struck by the strongest, worst blizzard of all time. And you are going to have to survive and extract the most valuable resources. And of course, that leads us to survivors. So what are we doing? Like, we can't rest on our laurels, our 10-year-old laurels from survival. So we're reimagining it. We're bringing this snowstorm, this weather change to Washington, D.C. And that's something that you've never seen in Washington, D.C. We're going to transform the entire map. We're thinking about it in a very different way with innovations that haven't been seen yet. There's a focus on this to make it such a different feeling experience from the core Division 2 experience. I think we've got something super, super promising.
So the question I see here, is Division 3 being made? Yes, Division 3 is being made. Yeah, it sucks they lost this guy, man. You know, again, I'm just curious what he is working on at Battlefield there. You know what I'm saying? Considering his background here with the Division. For Destiny players, this is like the equivalent of like Luke Smith leaving or something. You know what I mean? Like on that level. So if not even more so, you know what I'm saying? He got a better offer Well, my question is Battlefield making a looter shooter? Think about what he's worked on here with the Division. Is Battlefield going to make a looter shooter? Their BR shit the bed. I enjoy the BR mode. Here's what happened, man. Arc Raiders dropped. You know, I don't know about how dedicated fans feel about the BR mode. I had a good time playing Battlefield. I had a great time playing even its BR mode. But for me, it was just a bad timing, you know. I played for like a week and then Arc Raiders dropped and then suddenly my time was completely devoted to Arc Raiders. Red Sec sucks. Does it really? Battlefield 6 is not fun anymore. Man, really? I had such a good time playing in that game. Cross, you're thinking about it the wrong way. He might just need a change and not want to work on looter shooters again. Happens all the time. I want you to listen to this dialogue real quick.
There's a team in Paris working on this, and they're putting the final touches on a mobile execution of the promise of Division 1. So, Division 1, New York, pandemic strikes, take back New York. This is a brand new story with mechanics that are really fine-tuned to a mobile phone. Graphically, this looks like a PS5. You may have seen the adverts for it. It looks phenomenal, really, really good. It plays really good. And it has a few innovations. You know, the Dark Zone, this area of atypical PvP. It was an area where, much like other games today, popular games today, you could walk around, you could hear gunshots, go over there, there'd be another agent. You'd approach cautiously, feel each other out and decide whether to partner or to actually engage in PvP. The whole of the Resurgence map is friendly to other agents. So you'll hear gunshots on a corner. You won't need to be in the Dark Zone. It could be anywhere and you can group with those people. So PvP is off by default, but being able to group up and to see other agents in the streets, that's never been done in a Division game before, let alone a mobile game.
So the only reason why I bring up like what he's saying here is like, he sounds very committed. You know where I'm coming from?
A different feeling experience from the core Division 2 experience. I think we've got something super, super.
This just doesn't sound like someone, like you made the comment that maybe he's tired of making looter shooters. I'm just saying, just based on the conversation that this guy's giving, maybe he is, but it don't seem like he is. Here's what I think. Money. I think he got more money for the same reason why most people leave to go to a new job. Or there are a few that leave just because they're tired of whatever. Sure, or bad management, sure. But in his position, he probably just got more money.
Promising here. Survivors is developed with Magnus Jensen, who is the original Division 1 creative director. So this is a guy who lives and breathes the Division. He's so excited about jumping into this type of game mode again. And there is a hint in the title of something that we're going to be doing really differently from everybody else. We always develop with a player in mind, with player types in mind. And I think here we have to acknowledge that the Division 2 has a large player base of passionate gamers. And one of the things that we want to do is really lean into the sort of comfort game of the Division 2. People are happy to jump in, know their way around the controller, know their way around the map. They know how to play this game. So we're going to take that and subvert it a little bit and change the map and make sure that the weather has an impact on you, which it doesn't have in Division 2. So there are lots of little things that we're doing to surprise our core audience. Veteran players, they're going to be surprised. All of these locations that they know by heart, they're going to be transformed.
So again, I hate that they lost that guy, especially considering that Division 3 is being made. But yeah, well, I'm curious to see what he's going to be making over at Battlefield. It does make me wonder what Battlefield's going to be making. You know, some of you saying he may just be tired of looter shooters, possibly, or I don't know, man. What if Battlefield is actually making some sort of, looter shooter of its own, which would be a hell of an undertaking. Battlefield is not making anything. You guys are talking about Battlefield like it was the worst game that came out this past year. Are you guys for real right now? Are you guys for real? Hold up. The BR mode may have fallen off, but the game itself I had some great times in Battlefield. We played a shit ton of Battlefield. Let me ask you this. Which one is more dead? Battlefield or Call of Duty? And can you give me one key factor that has probably contributed to both Battlefield and Call of Duty losing numbers? It's definitely not Destiny. The hell's wrong with y'all? Battlefield 6 is averaging about 70,000 players. Do you guys say that's dead? For real? My Lord. You guys are brutal. 70,000 players on just one platform alone? That's still great. How is that? Why do y'all look at that and y'all, piece of shit, shitty game. It's nowhere near dead. I feel like this is what happens when you don't see a game, you know, in the top 3 or top 4, maybe even just top 5. Everything below that, everybody's like, it's a dead game. And it's like, we really need to define what exactly is a dead game. You know where I'm coming from? Because come on, these are just unreasonable expectations. There are so many developers that would love to be in the top 10, hell, the top 25. Are we playing it because the game is good or because a lot of players are playing it? That is so true, man. That is so true, guys. There are games right now that you can go get on Steam that probably don't have more than a couple hundred players at most, and they're fantastic games. Fantastic games. If I don't play the game is dead. My personal opinion here. I really enjoyed Battlefield this past year. I'm curious to see what Julian does over in Battlefield. And I guess the copium in me hopes that maybe Battlefield might make a looter shooter. It's kind of out there, I know. But I would love that.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.